Hey, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day this video is finding you. My name is Janine, if you haven't met me already, and thank you for being here. I'm coming to you today from California, just outside of LA, in an area called Hermosa Beach. And I've landed myself in this beautiful space in front of these citrus trees. So I'm noticing that California is super abundant in citrus trees. And I really love to see that because back where I grew up, it is not an abundant tree. It's a little too cold there for citrus to grow. So I've really been enjoying seeing them everywhere. And now that they are here in this yard space, I thought I would take the opportunity to film a little something in front of them. So for today, I just wanted to do a short and sweet practice. I wanted to base it around something called Sukah. Now, Sukah is a Sanskrit term that translates to sweetness or ease, joy, happiness. And I love this term, Sukah, because for me, it's helped to slow down and actually take time to smell the roses, if you will. I'm sure everybody has heard that term, but to literally take an extra second, an extra beat to really appreciate the finer things, the small or little things in life. Because unfortunately, it seems that us humans have this negativity bias where we hold on to negative things or have a tendency to look for something to complain about. But Sukah is here to help invite us to just take an extra second to really savor the sweetness in life because it is everywhere in abundance, like these citrus trees in California. So just short and sweet, that being said, I want to do a sweet hip opener release class today. Maybe we'll get in a little bit into the heart, like shoulder openers and broadening the chest and just, taking things nice and slow and sweet and juicy and on your own time. So that being said, if you're not already in a seat, I will invite you to find your way there. And we'll just get right away into Baddha Konasana, so butterfly. So bringing the soles of your feet together out in front of you. Maybe finding a little bit of stability by rocking on your sit bones. And you can bring your feet as close to you as you would like, or maybe farther away if you prefer kind of like this diamond-like shape. So depending how your hips are feeling today, how tight they might be. And from here, let's just get into a little bit of rocking of the knees. Maybe I'll invite you to gently close down the eyes if you haven't already. And just begin to breathe. Checking in with your breath. Just moving your legs here, getting a little bit of mobility as we begin to land and to breathe. And if you would like to stay static here, then that is also completely okay. Maybe your hands are on your ankles or wrapped around your toes or your feet. And I'll invite you to just bring to mind a little gratitude, a little sweetness. So just something, anything at all that you have noticed today since you woke up to this point on that you found sweetness in. And it can be anything at all, big or small, even if it was just the comfort in your bed this morning, or maybe your coffee or tea you've drank, or maybe this moment right now, whatever it is, just bring that to mind. And once you have, just take a few more rounds of breath to let that land and sink in. And just to appreciate that little moment of sweetness. that can hopefully encourage you to notice the other little moments that happen throughout the day, even when we're busy doing things, or maybe when things are challenging. Now, if you are rocking your knees, I'll invite you to come to stillness, creating a long spine here as you inhale, and exhale. Let's begin to fold forward. Maybe starting with a flat back here and using your elbows to push your knees open ever so slightly. Or if it feels better for you to round your back and your spine here and really just kind of curl in, hug your chin to your chest, then do that too. And just taking a couple rounds of breath to really feel into our hips here, feeling into the groin. Maybe using your thumb if you're holding onto your feet to just gently massage out the soles of your feet, the arches, giving yourself a little extra sweetness here, a little self-massage, self-love. And just bringing to mind that little moment of sweetness and gratitude and allowing that feeling of how it felt to be grateful for your sweetness and threading that through your practice today. Maybe if things feel tight and uncomfortable at any point because your hips are feeling really tight, then just breathing into that discomfort and showering it with that sweetness, that feeling tone of sweetness, of Sukah. We'll inhale now as we begin to lift ourselves back up, creating a nice long spine. And let's use our hands to close our knees together here. Let's bring our hands back behind us. I'll turn so you can see me. And from here, just begin to lengthen your legs nice and long to the end of your mat. So hugging your shoulder blades together, squeezing your scapula. Maybe think about as if you're trying to get your elbows to touch here so your chest is nice and broad and open. So looking up as you inhale and exhale to stay. Let's begin to bend at the knees. And from here, just cross your right leg over top of your left knee. So we're getting into a figure 4 shape here. So keeping your hands back behind you, keeping your chest nice and open here. And maybe just begin to rock your knees side to side. Just getting into those hip flexors and feeling into how that right hip feels today. Is it tight? Is it open? Are you feeling a bit restricted? Maybe this feels nice and juicy and sweet. Or maybe it feels better to just stay static here. Just taking a few beats, a few rounds of breath here. Just to feel into that hip flexor on the right hand side, keeping your chest nice and open. And on your next exhale, let's begin to lengthen our left leg. So our leg is still crossed, but we're going to bring our right leg all the way over so that our knees are in line. So this is half Gomukhasana. So if this feels good for you, stay right here. Or if you would like to bend into that left leg, you can begin to bring your left heel over towards your right glute. And this is full Gomukhasana or cow face pose. Maybe grabbing onto your ankles, finding length in the spine on your inhale, and staying and letting gravity do its thing here, since this is plenty enough. If it felt better for you to have that leg nice and long, then also please do that. It can get a nice big stretch into the hamstring, especially if you lean forward here. And just take a couple rounds of breath wherever you have found yourself, wherever you're comfortable. Just breathing into it, keep breathing into that big stretch. Bringing to mind that moment of sweetness and allowing it to fill you up. If you've decided to walk yourself forward a little bit, we'll slowly begin to walk ourselves back up so that our torso is upright and our spine is nice and long once again. And from here, let's just continue into another hip opener. If you've bent your leg, so you're in full Gomukhasana, we're just going to bring our left foot so that it's parallel to the long edge of your mat. Picking up your right knee and your leg here and just placing it over top of the left so that both of your legs are stacked on top of each other. So this is fire log. So there can be a big gap sometimes here in between your left ankle and your right knee, and that's totally okay. You can put something in between if you have a block, bolster, pillow, couch cushion, whatever you have around you. I don't have anything, but I could put one of these lemons maybe. And from here, just staying upright again, if that feels better to you. This is already such a big stretch. Like I can already feel so much on my right glute, my right hip, even into my hamstrings here. And continue to keep both of your feet flexed as well, just to protect your knees. But if you're feeling like you're nice and open today and you want to begin to crawl yourself forward into a mini fold, then please do that if you're called to. No matter where you are, we're going to take 3 rounds of breath here. So it is kind of funny how we tend to remember the things that people say that are negative about us or that somebody has complained about instead of the things that make us feel good and are positive. We'll always remember that one bad review we got versus the 20 good reviews that we got. And that's not saying for everything and that we completely don't think about the good. But to try to rewire the brain a bit to appreciate yourself and to celebrate yourself and to bring Sukah into all corners of your life. Now, finishing up that last round of breath, we're going to bring our hands back behind us, just uncurling all of this so you're bringing your legs nice and long out in front of you. And let's just give them a little shake here just to release that opening on the right hand side. And let's get into the left side body now. So again, opening up the chest nice and big, squeezing your elbows back behind you, beginning to bend at the knees, and we'll cross our left knee over our right, placing the right sole of the foot on the earth. And maybe if it felt good for you, just to rock those knees and those hips side to side. So my hips and my back line are super tight. They seem to be quite often. So these stretches always feel super juicy and yummy in my body. So I hope they do for you as well, or that you're able to find the modification that works for you too. So just taking a couple more rounds of breath in this shape. I'm gonna have to pick some of these citrus fruits once we're done here and make a sweet drink. Lemons aren't that sweet, but oranges are. You can add some honey. All right, lengthening your right leg now, and just begin to completely cross over your left knee so both your knees are lined up, either staying like this, keeping your right leg nice and long, staying upright, or folding forward if that felt good for you. Feeling that length in the right side, in the right leg, the hamstring. I can feel that all the way down into basically my Achilles. If you felt like you wanted to bend your knee here, coming into full Gomukhasana, then also set yourself up for that. Maybe grabbing onto opposite ankles here. Or sometimes it feels good just to hold on to the top knee, using that to pull yourself upright so you have a nice long spine. Think about relaxing your shoulder blades back behind you. And breathing. Filling yourself up, feeling your breath. Filling up your rib cage on either side, your back body. Breathing into the diaphragm. So the Sukah goes for appreciating yourself in those moments that you have to be proud of yourself. You know, you don't have to feel like you are bragging or cocky to hype yourself up and be proud of yourself for the things that you've done, for any little achievement that you may have had. It's great to celebrate yourself, and Sukah is inviting you to do that. All right, no matter where you are, full Gomukhasana or half, we'll come into our fire log from here. So bending at the left knee and leg, stacking both your legs so that they are parallel on top of one another, like you're stacking fire log, creating a nice fire here, stoking your fire. And again, not worrying about how big of a gap is between your left ankle and your right knee. They certainly do not need to be touching one another. And maybe just staying as you are, letting gravity do its thing. And breathing here. Seeing as well how this side varies from the other side. It's very likely different. Just taking 3 more deep, full rounds of breath here to really settle into this shape. So think about kind of pushing down in your sit bone as well so that you're not arching and moving your pelvis forward. Kind of our bodies have a tendency to try to compensate in other areas that we're stretching without us even noticing. So just think about kind of tucking your tailbone so that you're growing nice and long and you're coming from a space there instead of arching into your back and dumping forward. This can be harmful on our lumbar spine. So just keeping that in mind as well. 1 more round of breath here. And on your next exhale, let's bring those hands back behind us, unfurling everything, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. From here, let's just get into a little windshield wiper. So dropping your knees over to one side of the mat, inhaling as you come center and dropping them over to the other side. Just a couple rounds like this. And once you've completed one more round, we'll find ourselves in center, growing your legs nice and long one more time, shaking them out, letting your knees hit onto the mat or the earth below, sending a little bit of vibrations up your spine, up your legs. Okay, now before we close, let's just get into one little nice shoulder opener here. So we'll just come into a cactus shape. So bringing both your elbows so that they're about in line with your shoulders and squeezing your hands back behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades. And inhale as you begin to gaze up towards the sky, bringing your chin up towards the sky. Breathing here, opening up the chest. Just taking a couple rounds, feeling your shoulder blades nice and tight, your scapula squeezing behind you while your chest is opening up and broadening, allowing for that space in your heart to be open, but breathing here. And we'll exhale, bring our hands together, elbows together, forearms together, dipping your chin to your chest here, allowing for your scapula to now open up, getting a little counter stretch. And releasing, bringing your hands to your knees. We'll inhale and sigh out the mouth on your exhale. Bringing your hands to heart center, bowing your head towards your heart, bringing to mind one last time that little glimmer of sweetness that you've already experienced or are about to experience today, envisioning that and letting that be what carries you through the rest of your day with a grateful heart. Showing yourself some love, some sweetness, some sukah for showing up for you today. Namaste.